down there. And he joined us, and there's a few of us who got to meet him his first or second day in school and have stayed close to the family since. So in meeting Steve about 3 weeks later, when there wasn't a football game on a weekend, he said, we got to go up to Oglesby. And I said, where the hell's Oglesby? He said, if you get to LaSalle, Peru, you went too far. I said, well, I grew up 50 miles and I've still never heard of Oglesby. He said, we're going up there and we're going to go to a little pizza joint on the west side of town. It'll be the best you ever had. At that time, we thought pizza was like this. What's that little place on the west side of town on Route 6? Still there. It's wonderful. Which one? Legrados. Legrados. So Steve takes us there and he says, well, why don't you stay at my parents' house? So 8 of us did that night. Back then we could sleep on the floor. And we were going to go out that night. We were kind of pooling our money together a little bit. And Gretchen comes to us and says, boys, I don't know if you got really enough money, so here's 20 more. 40 years later, Gretchen, here's your money back. Now, Tony asked if he could have 10 of that money. Well, I got to meet Tony and Gretchen. And since that time, they were like another mother and father to me. Steve and I were very, very close in college. Mark roomed with me for 3 years when he was going to law school. We've stayed best friends. I have Christmas dinner with him every year, Easter dinner. A couple weeks ago, I got to share Mother's Day dinner. They've been a family to me. Melissa and Mary, both very, very close. But I got to know Tony in a different way. For 40 years, I played golf tournaments with Tony. He came up to my course and was my member guest partner for 20 years. And his final time up there was 105 degrees. And he almost collapsed out on the course. We brought him in afterwards, put him in the bar. We put his left foot in a bucket of ice water. His right foot in a bucket of ice water. We had a big towel that had been soaked in ice water over his head. You know the most concerned he was? Where's my drink? He said, I just bought a drink when we came in. Where is my drink? Tony meant a lot to me. I went to ball games with him. I traveled with him. He would call me from China at all the odd hours just to talk and tell me what's going on. The Rigazio family has meant an awful lot to me. They'll always mean a lot to me. But I think we should all take a moment right now and thank God for the opportunity to meet Tony. Tony was not an overly religious man. But I invited him one day. I said, Tony, I want you to go to church with me. He says, why? I said, well, we're going to church for the simple reason there's a young man from your community who's a friend of mine who you've met. And I know a lot of you from the South Peru area know Father Bob and Father Dick Gilo. They're a couple of priests with coming up on their 50th anniversary of priesthood from down here. Father Gilo, it was a silver jubilee. So Tony came with me. Now, Father Gilo had been the athletic director at DePaul University in the 70s and 80s. Then he was the chaplain of the Bears for 25 years. He was on the board of directors, Tommy Armour Golf Company. Well, he and Tony had reconnected and gotten to be friends and things like that. So we go to the Silver Jubilee, and his twin brother is speaking. And after 20 minutes, Tony goes, "Oh, get the priest's attention, that's enough. You know, there's partying to do." Tony turns to me, a friend of mine, Vern Wagner, he said, let's go get the collection basket from the back. Well, Tony is sitting there, and he's got the collection basket, and he's hitting Mike Ditka in the chest. And we're standing there, we're doing this, and the other priest up there says, Mr. Dooley, Mr. Wagner, Mr. Rigazio, we don't take collections at Silver Jubilee anniversaries. I got the hint, Tony. I've talked long enough. The bar's in the other room. You go right ahead. The rest of us will come in afterwards. Tony had taken me to Bear games. I've gone to Notre Dame games with him. hunted with him, spent a lot of time with him. Had the opportunity the last couple months of Tony's life to reflect on that by being there on Saturdays, watching the Masters with him, watching the Cub game, watching how thrilled he was after the Cubs won the World Series last year. I don't think we should cry, but I think we should remember in our hearts, in our spirits, with a positive attitude of what a wonderful person Tony was, the family member he was, and please let Melissa know that I won't watch Fox News now, just because of her disagreement with her father once or twice. I think everybody ought to say something to Gretchen, say something to Mark, Mark's family, everyone else, and even Tony's least favorite nephew, Jack. For those of you who didn't notice, Jack can't hear as well. He was the one making the noise back here when the Reverend was talking. Tony would have been the first one to say, Jack, shut up. Let's remember we knew a man who was a strong man, a very caring man, and he wanted no one to ever know he helped people. And that was the true sense of his love and his generosity. So I'll take a moment, bow our heads, and thank God for the opportunity to meet Tony, and thank God for giving me the opportunity to meet the rest of the Rigazio family. Let's all have a nice afternoon. And as Tony would say, if you wore a tie, take the damn thing off. Have a nice day.